Get everything set up here. Yep. Let's get that up there. Got our coffee here. It's nice and hot. Very hot. Folgers. Good to the last drop. Alrighty. Whew, bit of sinus issues there. It is Saturday, July 8th, 2023. Hope everybody has had a fantastic week. I know that it has been interesting for me. Life. You take the good with the bad. Because you have no other option. But it's best to look at everything in a positive light, because if you don't, then you got crap. So, just look at things in a positive light. That's all I'm saying. Man, these glasses are just not coming clean. Ugh, my eyes. It is early for a Saturday. It's almost 7:30 a.m. here. Got this good? I think so. Let's see how they look now. Oh yeah, nice and crystal clear. If anybody's wondering, this is Peeps. I've used it so much that it's faded off. You can't see the words on it. But basically, they say it recharges. There's a carbon filter in there or whatever. You just put this around your glasses. Let me see if I can show you this. You squeeze it, go boop 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 boop. It's the best thing ever invented. I'm not even joking. So, let me get my other computer rolling so I can watch chat. It's been a little while. It's been a minute, as they would say, since I streamed anything. Been busy. I'm not gonna lie, EverQuest addiction kicked in, and I was EverQuesting the living crap out of my life. And yeah, kind of came to that realization last night. I need to throttle back on EverQuest, put the EverQuest addiction pipe down, and yeah, get back to everything that I truly enjoy. Because that's what EverQuest does. Is you get into it, it's exciting, and you play it, and then you want to be like, as powerful as everybody else, so you play it more, and then you're like, well, if I just load up this other character in 2 box, I'll be even more powerful, so you spend time doing that. And you're like, oh, but if I go and I get this item, that'll be even more powerful, so you do that, and it just keeps going and going. And EverQuest is one of those games that basically takes an enormous amount of your time. It is not a game you jump in, play, and then jump out of. It takes an enormous amount of time. That's why, it's one of the granddaddies, grandpappies, whatever you want to call it, of grandpappies. That's what I was trying to say, grandpappies. What the hell is a grandpappy? I don't know. My brain doesn't think right. And it's early. And I haven't had enough coffee. See what I'm saying? I haven't had enough coffee yet. Anyway, that's where they term the coin Evercrack. It is an addiction game, and you have friends and you want to play with them, so you keep doing it, and you have to spend enormous amounts of time just to be able to keep up and play with your friends. So it is it's an MMO that leads to an addiction. So my point is, I need to throttle back a little bit and get back to doing things that I enjoyed, like RVing. I haven't done that in a short while. And playing Lord of the Rings Online. I freaking love this game. This game is incredibly fun. It's a wonderful storyline and side stories. It's an amazing game, and I have neglected it greatly because I've spent every waking hour that I'm not at work. When I'm at home, I've been playing EverQuest non-stop since the new TLP server opened up, and that's just got to stop. I can't allow that addiction to take over again. I'm not giving up on EverQuest by any means. I'll still play my main character over there and go raid and stuff, but I'm not going to let it rule my life. again. Okay, so that's enough rambling. I've given time for people to come in, and the one person has showed up. I appreciate you. At any rate, this, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Ba-dum. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am Rune the Gnome, and we are playing Lord of the Rings Online. I play on the Gladden server, and I've been doing a lot on my level 25 locked kinship. If people that don't know about Lord of the Rings Online play other MMOs, you would know that as a guild in Lord of the Rings Online, it's called a kinship. So I run a kinship on the Gladden server. It's called Lorebound Walkers, and we are a level locked kinship. What that means is we have set a max level where all of our characters use a item. My cat is giving it hell over there, scratching the tree. Anyway, we use an item that you get in the Lotro store. It's fairly cheap, and you put that on your character when you reach level 25, and it makes it where you don't gain any more experience. We do that because we want to experience the game at level. So I think for another month, unless kinship members decide to extend it out further, we're going to stay at level 25. Then after that, we will probably raise it to 35, and we'll just do content in that range and so forth. And we'll keep doing that as the kinship is ready to rise up. We do it in our time. We'll all decide together when we're going to do that. Currently, we're doing the 1 to 25. So that's what everybody's doing right now, and it's a lot of fun. One of the things we also do, or we encourage, you're not required in this kinship to do this, but it's highly encouraged, is you use the new land difficulty setting that they put on all the servers. It was only on the Treebeard server. I cannot talk today. Which was one of their legendary servers. But now it's on all of them. The land difficulty setting, you go to a particular NPC, you take a quest and turn it into him, and it puts a buff on your character. It basically makes they call it overland content. Everybody else, other games, they call it like outdoor zones or whatever. It's the non-instanced content, the non-dungeon content, all of the normal content in the game. The mobs are harder. They have other things they do to you to make it more difficult, and they hit harder, and so on and so forth. And so we encourage our players to do land difficulty 3 fearless is what it's called, or higher if you want to do that. You can go crazy and go all the way to the top and get slaughtered instantly every time you look at a mob if that's what you want to do. But it makes the game, in my eyes, a lot more fun. It's more challenging. It's not impossible, it's just more challenging. So that's one of the things we encourage our members to do. And another thing we encourage them to do in this kinship is to not use things from their other higher level characters, like crafting and so forth. We try to do that only on our kinship members, and we only gather our materials only on our kinship members. It doesn't mean that we enforce it, but it's encouraged that you do it that way. So it's more like literally like the old days of playing through and everybody's just at level 25. So that is Lorebound Walkers. If you are interested in joining the Lorebound Walkers, all you have to do is create a character on the Gladden server, and after you get out of the tutorial, send a message to somebody. Join our Discord. It's the best way to get with us. Link should be down below. If it doesn't work, let me know. I so often have to update it. I don't know why. I tell it not to have a date that goes away, but some reason Discord does that anyway. So let me know if the link isn't working. But yeah, just create a character on Gladden after you get out of the tutorial. Let somebody know, and myself or one of my officers will get you tagged for the kinship. You don't really have any big rules. Just be nice, don't hate, and when you hit 25, put your little pocket item on from the Lotro store that kills your experience, and enjoy the game. Mondays we try to do dungeons. We did our first run not this past Monday because that was holiday, but the Monday before, and we went and did the Great Barrows. So this coming Monday, I think we're going to do the Great Barrows again if people are interested, and log in, and possibly also Inn of the Forsaken out in the Lone Lands. I enjoyed that dungeon. I think it's really cool. So with that said, let's not dilly-dally, as they would say. Let's get into the game. So let's jump into Larosi, my level 25 human guardian, because I think we need to get some stuff out of his inventory. By the way, let me know if the audio is not up to your liking, and I will adjust. I hope I have everything set up. It should be nice and at a good volume without the music overplaying or being too low. Just let me know, as they would say. Get some more of my coffee here. Those that know me know that I like my coffee black. I like it straight. Folgers, it's the way to go. Alright, so let's take a look here. I know his inventory is going to be super duper full. I've been doing some fishing here lately as well. So I've been getting up his hobbies, his fishing hobbies. I bought some of these things here. I have a good sale going on right now. Let me see if I can... do I have that available? Give me half a second to find this. It's going to switch over and look goofy. I think it is, yeah. But let's see if we can go into the Lotro store. Yeah. I really dislike that. They have your account name like right here. You can't see where my mouse is pointing, but it's right over there. And it's not a big deal. I mean, nobody's going to be able to get it based on your account name. I just don't like the fact that they put the account name on the thing. It's kind of annoying. I don't really know why they do that. This needs to be adjusted though. So that's why you'll see streamers put something there, just because it's just a little safety. But I wish that Lotro would make it to where it doesn't show your account name there. It's kind of goofy. But I was going to take y'all in here and show you they have some decent sales going on right now. In particular, things that I really like. First off, every character you make, there's no reason not to get a universal toolkit kit. They're cheap. They're super cheap. You'll make that amount of coins back by just playing the game. You get Lotro points just by playing the game. It's free. So, I mean, I'll always universal kit for all your crafting. That makes life so easy. Large crafting carry-alls are $9.97 rather than $19.95. That is fantastic. I love the large crafting carry-all. Get one if you play the game. You will not be unhappy. That is fantastic. These other carry-alls, use at your own discretion. Some of them are okay, some of them are not. This is what I was going to point out. I do this on every character that I'm going to play up whenever these go on sale. These are your milestones. And if you look right here in my Voyage plugin, this is your ordinary milestone. Everybody gets one milestone. You can set that to where you're going to go back and forth. Then you have a whole bunch of other milestones that you can set. So you can set multiple places. And when you're questing, that makes a huge difference because you can set up like I'm here, over here, over here. Then when you're questing, you want to bounce back and forth, you can use those milestones. These milestones are on sale for 87 Lotro points. That's like nothing. I go in and I buy a bunch of them, like 4 or 5, and that'll suit my character for the rest of time. That is so true. And thanks for chatting. The hunters, they get the ability to travel multiple places. But if you're not playing a hunter, this makes life so much easier. So much easier. Just like going through all of the epics and stuff like that. Epic storylines, you are going to go see... oh, my brain just went dead. You're going to see Elrond all the time. All the time. So I always have a milestone set right outside his house. So yeah, that's a really good sale. I would totally pick those up if you were going to play the game on one of your characters. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out while it is on sale because I noticed that yesterday. Let's go back to this overlay. It looks much better. Much better. As a hunter, you had frost fast. That's supposed to be fast travel skills. You do. You still do. I'm playing a guardian here. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. We're going to get our daily gift. We're going to get 20 whole virtues. Whoa, my God, that's amazing. It's not, but okay. It is what it is. Sometimes you get a good one. Most of the times you do not. So as I am locked at level 25 for my level locked kinship, you can notice that I've got these capped out. I'm going one by one, just doing them all because why not? So this one still hasn't got enough for it to actually be activated. And what was I doing last on this guy? See if anybody's online, by the way. Nope, just me. But you can see we're growing. In the last day, we've had quite a few characters log in. So we're starting to get fairly active. Like I said, if anybody's looking for kinship to play and not rush to end game, you can check us out on the Gladden server. Alright. The reason I logged into him was because I'm going to throw my carry-alls into the shared storage. I'm going to jump over to my Rune Keeper that I was going to work on a little bit. Although I did just forget. Oh, crap. Alright. Let's jump over to Bree. You can see I was using one of my milestones right there. So I've got 2 milestones set right now. Let's go out here to this little pond. See if I can do my hobbies for the morning, for the day. I'll learn how to talk eventually. Alright, yeah, I got some skill ups I can do on it, so we'll do that real quick. Because you can only get 10 skill ups, I think it is, per day. So I like to get these, as I just started fishing again on this character. I like to get these out of the way before I forget. It's nice and easy, peaceful. Can y'all hear the music at all in the background? The game music. I feel like it's too low. Why does it always do it where you can't see it? It's one thing that Lotro really has is very good music. Sounds are fantastic in this game. And I still attest that the game is beautiful. I have friends that will not touch it. They're EverQuest addicts, and I'm trying to get them into Lotro, and they look at it and like, oh, that's ugly. And I'm like, you're playing a game that was made 9 years before this game, and arguably looks horrible. I play EverQuest because I'm addicted to it. It's not because it's a beautiful game. But I'm like, how can you say that Lotro is not beautiful compared to EverQuest? But it is what it is. I think Lord of the Rings is just an absolutely amazing looking game. I'm gonna turn this music up. I swear, I think the music is just barely even sounding after I catch this next fish. Make sure that I'm getting skill ups here. You know, that's something I don't think I've tried before. Can you detach? Can you take like a tab in the chat and pull it out? You can. I'm such a moron for not noticing that. Alright, let me put this over here. I want this over this way so I can watch that. I got my chat over here. I got my compat chat over here so I can see when I'm skilling up and when I'm getting... brain will work eventually. When I'm looting stuff and all that. Oh, I forgot I was going to turn the music up a little bit. Oh crap, didn't hit the button. Probably going to lose that one. Oh, I got it. What do you know? What do you know, Joe? Audio. Music volume. Let me know if this gets too loud and that it's hard to hear me or anything, and I will adjust it back. Oh, I do see something that I don't want in the combat. So you never know what kind of stupid crap people are going to say. People on the internet tend to be... They take advantage of the fact that they are anonymous, so to speak. And they'll say really stupid stuff. So we don't want chat to be on here where people can see it. There we are. Alright. I don't know what's wrong with the human race. I don't know why people say some of the stupid things they do. Move this down here just a tad. Oh, y'all couldn't see that anyway because I just realized the coupon stuff and all that's up there, so it's in the way for y'all to see my combat log. I'm sorry. Don't know how I could make that. It would have to be like right in there. Let me know if that looks stupidly ugly and I'll take it away from there. For right now, we'll go with it. Where's it at? Colors. Opacity. How about that? It looks okay on that monitor over there. Ah, I didn't hit the button in time. I know, right? Hobby. When this turns yellow, you can't earn anymore. We're at 23 of 200. So how's everybody's morning going? Y'all got big plans? I'm planning on meeting up with some good friends, going and eating some Tex-Mex food for lunch. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. May just take it calm and have a nice, peaceful Saturday. Let me see all the fish we've got. I'm really not sure how in depth the fishing hobby is in the game. I've never taken it very far. It's one of the things I just wanted to do on this character, since I'm as they call it, slow trolling. People have been telling me that. I didn't know that's what the term was. But since making this level 25 lock kinship and trying to do everything, you know, just slowly, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the fishing as well. I do wish there was more hobbies in the game. I think whittling would be an interesting little hobby. Maybe you could take the whittling and incorporate that into other hobbies. Maybe you whittle a fishing lure or something. After we get our daily amount of skill ups on fishing, we will switch over to the Rune Keeper. I don't think, yeah, nobody's on right now. If my officer was on right now, I'd have him give me a kinship invite on my Rune Keeper. Unfortunately, he's not in the kinship yet. But for some reason, and a lot of MMOs do this, I think all of them, they don't give you an ability to put your alt characters on the same account into your kinship if you're the leader. You have to get an officer to put them on. And not just leader, but I mean officers can't do it either. You can't invite to your kinship on the same account. I don't know why that's still a thing. Why after all these years that hasn't been changed. You should be able to, like, if you're on a character that can invite to the kinship, you should be able to look at your list of characters and say, I want these characters in the guild, the kinship. It would be a nice quality of life change. caught a rusty dagger, and it looked a whole lot like a fish. I'm not sure what number it is that I can get to this morning before I can't skill up my fishing anymore, so that's why I have to keep looking inside here to figure that out. So I have to wait for this to turn yellow, basically. You know what I can do is I can just do that right there. If you play Lotro, be sure to use the weekly coupon right over there, some food. You can get some free regeneration food. It's a ×5 thing. And if you're not already playing Lotro, what are you waiting for? It's free. Game is 15 years old now, I think, and it's got a lot of content, ton of content. You can play the game completely free and earn Lotro points to buy things in the store and expansions and all sorts of things. I do advocate for getting the monthly subscription. They call it VIP access. If you can afford that. I mean, I believe it's well worth it if you can afford it. But if you can't, you can play the game completely free. Download it off their site, create an account, log in, and have a blast. I play on the VIP status, the monthly subscription, so a lot of the things people ask me, about it when they're playing free, and unfortunately I don't know the answers because I've never really played it very long free, so I don't know all the answers. But what I do know is I've heard people say, and I've seen it on the forums, that at this point you can play up to, I believe, level 95 for free, and most of the content up to that point, or a lot of the content up to that point is included free for that, because it's what they've opened up as free. So if you're playing this game for the very first time, like most of the content I'm playing for the very first time, that is a lot of content. It's not like other games like, for say, World of Warcraft, where you can get to 95 in not very long time. In this game, if you're actually playing through, reading the quest logs, read the quest logs, it makes a huge difference. The story is fantastic. Level 1 to 95 can take you a very long time. For some people, that's enough content to play the game for the rest of their life. Depends on how often you play, how much of an addict you are at MMOs. But what I'm saying is, you get a heck of a lot of entertainment for free in Lotro. $27. Not sure where it was when I started, and I believe the way it works is every day you can get, I think, 10 skill ups. So based on where you left off, I think is how it works. And that's what I'm saying is, when I logged in today and started fishing, I didn't check to see what skill it was at, so I don't know at what skill it'll stop letting me earn right now. By the way, the thing I was talking about, let me go ahead and get this fish going, is this item right here. Stone of the Tortoise. Now this particular one, I believe, is the one I got with. I bought a expansion. I bought the expensive version of the expansion, but I believe this is the same item or similar to the item that's available in the Lotro store. That's what you buy and put in your pocket slot there. That will stop your experience when you hit a level you want to stop at, and then you just simply take it out when you're ready to level up more. And this right here, this is the buff I was talking about. Difficulty 3, Fearless. You've chosen to face a more difficult challenge in the lands of Middle-earth. At Fearless difficulty, up to 3 members of your fellowship may earn tokens of heroism during battle, plus 20% experience gain on monster kills, plus 5% virtue experience earned. I didn't know it gave you bonuses. I just knew it made the mobs harder. And then you earn these tokens of heroism. I've got 11 of 60 right now. I need to go turn in the quest on that. You have a daily, I think, daily or weekly for turning those in. You get those if you kill monsters at your level or higher than your level while you are using land difficulty. Pretty random on whether you get a skill up on the fishing each time you cast. So it could go fast or it could take a while for your daily skill ups. I think I'm going to now after this. Nah, I'll leave it there. I was going to scale this down because it's taking up so much of the screen, but I'm so blind in my old age that I have to have it large to see. I wish they'd give you an option to set the opacity of the background of the quest tracker. It would make it much easier to see, and I could actually make it a little smaller at that point. By the way, if you're new to Lotro or just getting back into it, Cordovan, the community manager, runs a Twitch stream on here as well. Be sure to go look at that. I think it's the Lotro stream. I can't remember the exact name, but it's the official one. And I believe every Friday he does a stream where he's doing various things in the game. So it's really cool. Be sure to check that out. Not all games actually, they're community people, you know, actually do stuff in game and show it, so that's nice that Standing Stone Games does that. Haven't got a skill up in quite a while now. all I had to do was complain. And then I got a skill up. Oh, I forgot I had this. Oh, I can't do that while I'm fishing. I got a stalk of rhubarb. That's a thing. Magic the Gathering Online is doing a promotion, cross promotion with Lord of the Rings Online, and I think the code. I don't think the code is good anymore. I think that ended, but you got the claim it on one character. That's why I have this portrait frame up here. It looks really cool. It came from that. Unfortunately, it's not account bound, so only the character you got it on had that portrait frame, and I'd love to have it on all my characters. But Cordovan, I think, did say that at some point it'll be available somehow in the store or some promotion later on. So we'll be watching that for our other characters. But what I was trying to say was one of the items you got is a housing item. It's an outdoor housing item, and it is Samwise. And so he's standing out there, and you go talk to him. And then when you do that, I wouldn't say pet, but that's really what it is a cosmetic pet of him shows up and follows you around your little housing area, and if you click on him you get a quest and you turn it into him and you get that little bag like I had there, and you do that I think once a day, and you right click it and it gives you a piece of food. It's kind of cute. I liked it. There it is, it turned yellow. So our fishing for today is at 32. Not bad at all. So let's go ahead and put our weapon back on before I forget next time. And I'm going to switch over to my Runekeeper. In fact, let me see something. What did that do? I think that put him up there. Here it is, yeah. Alright, I got a kinship member online right now, so I went ahead and bumped him to officer. And I'm going to log in my Runekeeper and send him a tell so I can get an invite into the kinship. Let's see here. Is that the person? That name cracks me up. Megdaclith. It was a name that I chose in the system, you know, because I couldn't come up with a name, so I just started hitting the thing to randomly have the system give me names, which it suggested a pretty funny one that I was like, I can't believe it offered that. I didn't take it. You can go watch one of my previous ones and videos and you'll see that. Alright, so let me send a tell. This is my Runekeeper. Excuse me. Now that I'm in the kinship, let me bounce back over to my to Lorossi, and I'll set his ranking and then come back to it. kinship. Where is his goofy name? Megdaclith. There. So I'll be able to invite people on that character as well. I wish they'd give me the option to set it up to where that different ranks in the kinship could invite people. Unfortunately, it seems to be a hard-coded thing that only officers and leaders can invite. Because I'd like to have to where my members can invite other people to the kinship. Alright. Let's set this up like I did the other one. Let's pull this out over here. It's hard to tell if that's in the right spot. There. Let's change the filters. Emote error. Loot. Not sure what that one does. Let me put that one there. That should be good. That should work. There we are. So this was a brand new character I created the other day, so I haven't done a lot on it yet. My UI is not set up too great yet. Why is that doing that one over there and not the general? Huh, seems to be doing both of them. Alright, we'll fix that. We'll set it up this way, and then I'll come over to this one and see if I can specifically change this one down. Oh, I changed them both. So you can't. That's problematic. I didn't know it would do that. Oh well. It just makes it harder for me to see the chat over here because it's opaque. You know, it's less opaque, so I can see the background. But I wanted that for this one over here so it didn't, you know, block out too much of the scenery. This one over here is chat, so, you know, I wanted it to be visible. But, oh well. It is what it is. Let me go ahead and create a new tab over here that's just for kinship so I can get rid of some of the world say stuff. Not that I am against the world say stuff, it's just I have trouble seeing things that people have said if I aren't watching immediately because the world chat will shoot it up, you know. So I want a tab that's basically just things that I can that I need to be seen. There we are. Ooh, that did not work the way that I wanted to. Man, my sinuses are going to give me hell today. There we are. Perfect. Alright, that is set up. Let's see what we got going on over here. Title awarded. And, what is this? Quest item. And bingo buffing. And we got the quest item thing. We'll click on that. I do apologize, guys. My sinuses are giving me hell today. Have I gotten, nope, I haven't visited a town yet to take care of that. What is this stuff? God, my inventory is not set up in the least bit.
Get I speak with you a moment?
You can speak with me a moment. Actually, there's something, while that's on sale, I want to grab those. Let me go back to my store view. Thank you. Click on this. Where's it at? All right. While that is on a tremendous sale, I am going to get at least a couple of them. Actually, I want to favorite these so I don't have to look for them in the future on other characters. And this last one. I mean, that's like a third of the price. It's actually less than a third of the price. So I'm getting them while I can. Let me go back over to this overlay. There we are. We're good now. We'll set our milestone. I'll show you how this works. When you right click on it, then you see your first milestone and all these others that you have open available as well. So I've already got Arquette here. I'm not going to put it on the second one as well. Let's see what our quests are for the area. We got this one right here. Is that it? Oh, and this. Oh, the spider area up here. All right, let's go down there. Oh, yeah, this is the difficulty person that I was talking about. I am level 7, so I should go ahead and do it. Difficulty 3, Fearless.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I'll go ahead and read this for you, if anybody has not been aware of this system yet. Greetings, traveler. I watch those who stride the roads of Middle-earth in search of challenge and adventure, and you seem just the sort. Indeed, there are some who prefer even greater challenges to overcome, and I can assist you with this. Should you accept my boon, you will find your enemies on the roads and fields of Middle-earth becoming stronger and more dangerous in your quest for glory. Is this what you desire? Completing this quest will make the game significantly more difficult. Completing this quest before level 11 will begin deeds that can be completed by achieving levels 50 and 130 without reducing your difficulty below Fearless. With Fearless difficulty active, you and up to 2 other Fellowship members who are also at Fearless or higher can earn tokens of Valor for defeating enemies of your own level or higher. The chance of earning tokens increases slightly with difficulty level. This is a repeatable quest. Blah, 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 blah. Accept. And turn it into him.
What do you need? And
you'll notice that, boom, there it is. There's my buff thing, debuff, whatever you want to call it. So I am now partaking in the difficulty. And tokens, there it is. This is your daily, I think it is. Bring me tokens of heroism from your battles across the lands of Middle-earth, and I shall see to it that you are rewarded in kind. Repeatable quest, obviously. You turn in 10 of those tokens of heroism to him, and you gain some reputation. And you get heroes marks that you can use to barter. His barter... Oh, I have some because, yeah, I did that already on the other character. Let me see something. Heroes marks. Okay, it's account wide. So you can see I have 11 of 60, and I have 6 of 1,000 of the heroes marks, and that is account wide, not character wide. So since I have some, I'll go ahead and take it, and I'll finish it. So there we are. And then... So this is... Oh, interesting. I thought it was a daily. That's not what I was expecting. So it's a 20 version. Let me see something. So you have the other one. Oh, there it is. There is 4 days. Okay, basically 5 days. So it's a weekly, and they have a second version as well, tier 2. That's interesting. I hadn't seen that yet.
Greetings.
And then this is your bartering system for those tokens of heroism. Or hero marks, I should say. Remember, you had to turn them into him for that quest to get to turn the tokens of heroes into heroes marks. My God, I can't think today. So yeah, various things. You get some emotes. I'm hoping that they elaborate on what you can get eventually. Epic coin flip. Well, we will have to get that eventually. So we can check here, and wrong thing there. Our see, our tokens heroism went down to 1 of 60, and now we have 9 of 1,000 heroes marks. All right. So what do we get over here? Deed bestowed. Oh yeah, see, so this is the deed for doing this at Fearless all the way to level 50. And it's account wide. You'll get a title, Disciple of Runes. So if you have a character already that's like level 140 or whatever, and you're like, I can't do it because I've already went past level 11. Well, you actually can. You just have to do it on another character, and you can get that deed completed for your whole account, and then use the title on your level 140 character. Alright, so let's see what we were supposed to do. We're going to go down there to this spot and pick up an item, I believe, that we have to get down there. That was interesting looking. Haven't played this character in a while, so I'm not really remembering exactly how his abilities work. And I'll tell you what, the difficulty is actually making this a challenge. Let me get myself a heal. I think I can stack that 3 times. I think that's the one that I can do that on. Alright. Oh, I was just about to do my mega hit on him. Yeah, that took a lot longer to kill him. Was definitely more treacherous than normal, because I am at difficulty 3. Let me look through these abilities, because I don't remember them. That's a damage over time. You can stack up to 3 times. That deals lightning damage, lowers the target's lightning resistance, so definitely want to pop that on each mob. The potency of Rune Keeper's range, blah 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 blah. It's a big damage, lightning damage dealing. Basic lightning rune deals lightning damage and builds battle attunement. Okay, it attunes 2 of them. This is our finisher. Lightning strike that deals damage and stun duration, or plus damage and plus stun duration per attunement consumed. Okay, so you want to do that, like I said, finisher. You want to have your attunement as far over as possible before using it. And then number 6. Written words can have a chilling effect on their victim. Slows your foe, but damaging them will return their speed. So it's a snare, but as soon as you damage them, it's gone. Me. Sustaining bolt. Skill is stronger when used at greater battle attunement, so obviously you want to use that as a finisher as well. It has a long cooldown though, so you're only going to use it when you really want to pop a hard mob. Runekeeper knows that a storm's energy is capable of feeding itself. Alright, let's get the tools out of the toolbox. We already got them, didn't we? Already clicked them, yeah. And we turn them back in at Arquette. Was there anything over here to do? Nope, just this thing out here. So let's ride back to Arquette. I have had no breakfast today. Starting to feel the effects.
How can I be
You
of
have my
service?
thanks. Now, Borin and I can get to work rebuilding this town. Take these coins for your trouble. Level 8.
Will you give me a
Supplies here in
moment of your
Arquette
time,
are
friend?
limited and will certainly not suffice to repair the damage wrought upon the village. Now that I have my tools, I will be able to begin shoring the fences and repairing the buildings where I can. Excuse me. Arquette will need more lumber if it is to recover completely from this attack. If you find yourself in Combe to the south, seek out Taylor Green and let him know that I will need another order of wood from the lumber yard. If you've not been there before, listen well. The Combe lumber yard can be found by following the road south. Pass through the gate toward Combe. Follow the road east up the hill. It will bend softly to the northeast towards the Chetwood. There, in a soft dip before the North Chetwood, you should find Taylor Green. Basically, it's a crafting quest. Nothing up here. Excuse me. And we will have to take care of that after we kill this spider, because he's not going to let me do stuff. I think actually what I want to do is I want to move these two abilities so I can do their lightning resist debuff and then start popping them with lightning. Alright, you search Bailey's corpse and find a journal with several pages missing. The journal text reads, "I would not believe it, but the spiders have pushed the cave mouth clear. I have entered the cave and the spiders reacted to me instantly, as if drawn to me. I'm unsure why. I spent my day carefully searching near the entrance only, and found several corpses bound into cocoons. I'll learn how to read eventually. These spiders seem to wrap everything up into their cocoons. I will write more tomorrow when I go further into the cave. Perhaps it would be best to enter the cave to see if you can find the rest of the journal pages before returning to Atli." So we will do that. CNS land difficulty is making this a little more difficult. Not much. Let's see if we've got any consumables in here that would make us slightly more tough. 10% out of combat run speed. Yeah, we'll take that. 6 hours. What else we got? That is we're going to keep that one. This thing, that's just a potion. Yeah, you got better on. 5 minutes, nothing special. This is our power regen thingy. It's not going to last very long. We got some dyes. We got food. Yeah, what the heck, we'll use it. It's not going to help as much. It's agility. And we are a rune keeper. Of course, I could be wrong on that. I haven't really checked to see what the rune keeper needs. We'll do that next. And we've got this. 6 hours. That's what I'm looking for. There we are. This is a 6 hour usage blocked by an active effect or item. Okay, so I'm already using something that's going to block that one. This is 6 hours to give me maximum power increase. We'll do that. And we'll do that for some more melee damage. What else we got? We need this here. And then we got a present that we can't open yet. And let's move these dies down as well. We don't want to lose them. Oh, that's horrible. I apologize for the time it's taking, guys. When you start a new character, there's a lot of downtime figuring things out. Out of combat run speed, already got that rolling. I've already got something like that rolling. Alright, I think we're good. I do believe that we are good. the poison effect and stuff, and so is this. So I have two different ones. That's fine. Check out the sounds. This is what I'm talking about. This game is impressively cool. Alright, alright. Let's dilly-dallying. Let's get into this. There should be one right over here. I haven't worked on his outfit yet. I'm still using the, you know, whatever you're wearing, you look like that outfit. I have a huge wardrobe that I've collected on this account, so eventually I'm going to make him something. In fact, I just realized I got a new ability. What is this? Briefly dazes the foe. Okay, I want that on control 1. It's usually where I have my stun type thing. By the way, I'm sure that I am not playing Runekeeper at its most optimal, I should say. So don't base how you play it off of me. You'd probably be disappointed. I'm just playing it as if a new user coming in, trying it for the first time, looking at the abilities, seeing what they do, and trying to make my own rotation. I like to do that in games. I don't usually like to go in and find out what the meta is, you know, and just follow it. I like to figure out my own meta. And sometimes that makes me not a good player of that class, but you know what? I enjoy it more that way. Just like I play, Ooh, this is not going to be good. I play Marble Snap. It's a card game on the phone. And I am very sure that you can go out there and Google search and find the exact perfect deck to build. I never do that. I just look at the cards and try to figure out what I want to do with it. Alt 3, there we are. We'll get rid of that disease. Not much of a min-maxer is what I'm getting at. I play games to have fun, not to dominate. Tell you what, this is way more challenging than it usually is. Way more challenging by having that land difficulty. I'm not saying it's hard. Definitely not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that I would normally just chew through these spiders like they didn't even exist. I don't think I can get that one by itself, but we're going to find out. Oop, too far away. Especially when he runs over there. Oh, this could be bad. Let's go ahead and do a heal before we start doing our thing. Alt 3. Take care of that. Come on, let's get him. Come on, finish him off. Oh, they got me. So that's what I'm saying. That wouldn't have been hard at all with that land difficulty. I would have won that without even trying. Oh, hello there. There is a deed for making it to a certain level. I can't remember what it is without dying. I don't generally ever get that deed on any of my characters. It is what it is. Alright, what's the... They're going to be the one that drops down. Maybe I should just walk back over. No, alright, we're good. So one thing I do like about the Runekeeper is that a lot of these abilities you can use while moving. Obviously, the channeled ones like that right there, you gotta stand still. You know, I think I used the wrong ability earlier. Hold on, which one was this? Oh, I did. Oh, that's the one I was trying to use, number 6. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was throwing a snare by hitting that other ability. All I was doing is just ticking them off. Yeah. See, then you can snare him, move away from him, and keep nuking. I like that. That's an interesting way to go. I do that on my hunter, my blue hunter. That's how I leveled up my blue hunter, and it makes it very difficult. Oh, holy crap. We're going to die again. It makes it very difficult for me to try a red hunter because you have to stand still for your abilities, and I'm not good at that. Got me. I'm not paying that to revive. We will retreat. Where did that put us? Alright. Land difficulty is really going to make this interesting. I need to craft some gear is what I need to do. Let's see here. Level 8. I don't have any gear here that's waiting to be put onto a... Nope. That's old crap. What we're going to do... I think we're going to ride on into Comb. Get my VIP item so I can use the store and storage and all that kind of stuff anywhere. And take his crafting. May go... I'll have to check which crafting I want to do him, because I was planning on using him as a scholar. But I need to check that, because I do want to be able to make armor for him. And of course, armor in this case is cloth, basically. You're making robes. I find it hard, that's why I stumbled on that. It's not armor, it's tailoring. There's the word I was looking for. I can't remember, I don't think it does, but I can't remember if the scholar has tailoring as part of its thing. We're going to find out, though. They're supposed to be making a change to the crafting this year. I don't know when, probably in a later point in the year, to where that you can choose the individual craftings that you want, rather than getting the set 3 that you get by choosing the vocation. And I'm really looking forward to them doing that. So as you can see right there, now I have 2 different bind points that I can go to. I still got 3 more that I can set. That's why I like grabbing those milestones on a class that doesn't have fast travel. I need to actually... Oh, I can do that right here. I need to go to Bree to be able to get my VIP item. Crafting me some clothing will help greatly. I'm gonna actually dismount right here. It's closer to going this side, I think. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm able to hit one button to mount and dismount, this is a little tip I picked up on the forums that I love. You can go to key mapping, search for mount. This right here, dismount, remount. I set that up to V. And what that does is whatever the last mount was that you used, it'll use that when you mount again. Makes it much faster to do than having to click on a button for the mount and having to find the thing where it says dismount and click on that. Alright, so this is the VIP rewards NPC. You'll find her at any of these things in the major cities, so to speak. You just take her quest, and you turn it back into her. And for 14 days, you will have these 2 items. This one here accelerates your crafting time, prevents item wear, combat, crafting, and defeat. Blah, blah, blah. You just right-click it. That buff will last for a very long time. There it is. Yeah. just under 14, basically 14 days. And then you get this item, and this is what makes the VIP so much worth it. This will last for 14 days as well. You can come back to it any time to get another one, and you'll start the 14 days over. But you right-click this anywhere in the world, anywhere in Middle-earth, doesn't matter where you're at. And when you do, you get this little menu. You can bring up a merchant, you can get to your vault, your shared storage, your wardrobe, and the auction house, anywhere in the world. That is worth the membership if you can afford it. So we will go to his vault. And we're going to throw things in here that are just his, that we want to get out of our inventory for right now. Anything else? The dies. Yep, that works. And then we'll go to our shared storage. This is a game changer here. Go on to shared storage. Now I can grab my crafting carryall. This is the these two carryalls are the ones that I use only on my level 25 locked kinship characters, so I don't intermix stuff with my characters that aren't level 25 locked, just because I want to, you know, have a more of a traditional low level experience. That should do good. Do I have these set up? I don't. So these things here, you put these in your normal slots, like that right there, and that right there. And I should have had another one. You can get more, by the way, by talking to one of these people here. We'll talk to her.
A lovely day.
Wrong one. Talk to her. Browse the shop. There it is,
Dark
right there.
skies, dark tidings.
So you can buy it from her, and you also want one of these. You don't have enough money. I'm not rich enough yet. Actually,
I haven't slept in days.
I can sell. No, she only has buy. That's fine. Right click this. Go to shop. Now we got a merchant. We got the sell up. There it is. It's right there. I knew I had another one. And we'll take that off so we don't see locked stuff. It's lagging just a tad, so I have to be careful and not click a whole bunch, because then I would sell something possibly that I don't want to sell, like that. There we are. We are good now. Anyway, like I was trying to say,
Dark
you can
skies,
buy these
dark
weapon
tidings.
auras from this person right here. I'll show you why you want to do that here in a second. And you want to buy one of these just to hold on to. You won't use it right now, but later on you use this to break down items that give you, I think it gives you ancient script, which you can see I'm completely maxed on. But that's what it's for. That's where you get it. It's from one of these NPCs in town. So then, the reason that I wanted to do this is you put these auras that are normal weapon aura, and it's got no aura on it at all, in your ordinary inventory slot, aura slots, these right here. And the reason you do that is when you go to cosmetic, I'm going to open up my wardrobe. And I'm going to choose weapon auras. So sorry. These are cosmetic. What I'm going to do is in outfit, I'm going to choose outfit 1. And I'm going to move this right into here. So this aura is going to be applied to this weapon, but you have to have this normal one that has no aura there if you want your cosmetic to work. Otherwise, you'll slot your cosmetic over here, and you won't see anything at all in it. It's kind of convoluted, but that's how it works. I found that out after messing with it for a long time. So you want an aura in your actual slot, and that will allow your cosmetic aura slot to actually function. And that's what these blank ones are for that don't have anything on them. You just buy it from that NPC, put them in there, and never have to worry about it again. So as long as we're looking at our auras and stuff, let's go ahead and we'll throw some of these in for our cosmetic stuff. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and create an outfit for him. Why not? Let's go with... Don't think I'm going to find anything I want in armor upper body, but we're going to try. So you hold down your control key, click on it, and you can see what it looks like. Oh, I know the look I want to go with. I know the look. It's what my lore master uses. Let's see if I can find it. I think it's going to be cosmetic. Or outfit, I mean. Outfit upper body. Where is it? There. Yeah, I love that. I love that. So I'm going to take that item, drag it over to my body. Now I want outfit shoulders. And I want... Where is it at? It's not that it's cloak, isn't it? It's cloak. I swear, my sinuses are going to kill me today. Outfit back. That one. That's the one. And I have a dye on it already, so I can use that. There, it'll look like that. We'll put that over here. I'm going to go ahead and hit outfit 1 to change my guy into that outfit. Those shoulders look horrible. It's not that, is it? That may be the one. Did I have a dye on it already? I do not. Let me see what that looks like. Not feeling it. Ah, darn. Reset. There you go. Kind of works, but I don't think you can dye it. What about... No. What if I do this? What if I just go with nothing? It looks like it's missing something when you don't have anything. I can't remember what I used. Armor shoulders. Oh, that might have been it. So do I have a dye? No, I don't. Let's see what all we got. I'd give anything if I could make this window larger, but you cannot, unfortunately. But almost. Do I have any colors on it? Oh, I do. I may go with that for now. I do want to check something though. If I was to change that shoulder color to Evandem blue, what would it look like? It would fit in very well. I may have to get me a dye for that one. How do you spell that? Dirty dir, I don't remember. Evandem. Okay. Evandem blue dyes. Buyout is 7 gold. I don't have that much on me. 6 gold. Alright, we won't worry about buying a dye for it right now, but I'll probably do that later. How about helm, or should I even go with a helm? Oh, I think I know what to go with. Outfit head. Too bad I don't have a die on that. I was going to say, I know I won't have it on that one. There's one missing here, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's in armor head. Yeah, that's exactly where it's at. Did I have a die on this one already? Did not, but we're going to go with it anyway. And we're actually going to go back to this shoulder piece. Was it this one? No, it was this one, wasn't it? Ah, crap, I don't remember what I put there. It was that one. Do default. Yeah, for now we're going to go default because we can't dye it. He looks fairly good there. What about hands? Outfit hands. That's probably what we're going to go with right there. That one you can see the fingers. What does umber look like? No. Black looks much better. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to that. Alright, I think that looks like a decent look. Alright, cool. That is what we're going with. So now, crafting. Let's go up here. Go back to comb. Hey, how's it going? I believe your name says Brewsty. Video feed is blocking the window in the lower left. Yeah, that is my chat window. I keep that blocked because I don't want people to, you know, send funny stuff on there for people to see. And they go, haha, I got you. I said cuss words on your Twitch stream. Yeah. So yeah, I block that. This guy looks almost identical to what my lore master looks like, but I really like him. Cosmetic window was down there too, so oh, I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Y'all couldn't see my cosmetic window. Where do I have this? This is in the wrong spot. It should have been more like this. I'm a big moron. Y'all couldn't see any of that I was talking about. So right there, there, and there. That's where you put those normal auras. It's called normal weapon auras, just so that it is something slotted. That's the whole point. It has to be something has to be slotted there before a cosmetic will be applied to it. Just trying to get up here to the crafting hall. Alright, let's see what we can take in here. Historian. See, it's scholar, weaponsmith, and farmer. That would be so much better if it was scholar, tailor. But they don't have that. And that's the only one with scholar as far as I know. Yep, it's the only one, so he will not be able to make himself. I can get on another character and do it. It's not a problem, because I do want a scholar.
What do you need? Stay a moment. Might I take a moment of your time?
So that's the weird thing about it is they
Greetings.
sorry, getting confused here. some of these vocations, the skills that they have in it just don't make
What can
sense.
I do for you?
All right, introduction to
How can I be of
scholarship.
service?
Scholar. So they want me to Scroll of Minor Scholar Lore. There it is. All right, I need a scholar class, and we'll make. There we are. We'll turn that quest into her.
How can I be of service?
I'm glad you asked. Ooh, we are lagged out. There it goes. Not sure what I just learned, but apparently I did it. Alright. Just move these things down here. Now this is what I was talking about. Go ahead and grab the store overlay. We'll go back into the store. Every character that you intend to do any crafting on, I highly, highly, highly recommend this. Right here, Universal Toolkit. Only 112. You won't be sorry. So now, we'll put my overlay back to this. We put this right here. And that's all you'll ever need for crafting for the most case. And you won't have to swap in and out between the various different crafting tools. Alright, so that's our scholar. Let's see, what were the other things we had to learn? Weaponsmithing, which makes absolutely no sense.
What can I do for you?
Why would I do weaponsmithing on scholar? I don't know. Just let it go. Let it go. Can't wait till they get that fixed so that we can choose our own things instead of what the vocation sets us up with. I need to make a bronze sword, dagger, axe, great sword, or throwing axe. Any one of them. Make a dagger. There we are.
How can I be of service?
Thank you. And now the farmer one. See, I don't know. Scholar, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I would have gone scholar, tailor. It's hard to pick a third one with that. Because really, I put farmer with cook. I can't imagine why you would do anything other than that. What was this last person I need to talk to? Introduction to farming. Speak with near the farmland. Oh, that's okay. All right, not a problem. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch over to LaRossi. I believe he's a tailor, and I'm going to make some robes and stuff for him real quick. Put it in the storage. Stop. Oh, I didn't make it in time. Oh, I did make it. I hit exit now. I got to go back into him because I left my crafting carry-all on him. Not a problem, just takes a little more time. Play Lotro, so I knew what you were doing. I just thought you might like to know for others. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm stupid at times. I admit it. Case in point, I logged off to make equipment for this guy and didn't put the crafting carry-all in my shared storage so that my crafter could get it. Alright, Lorosi. I'd give anything if the character select actually showed you what their evocations is, or the vocations are, and what their level is on them. So you didn't have to actually go into them and go, I think this guy's a so-and-so. Let's see if he's got blah, blah, blah. That would be a great quality of life addition to the game, in my eyes. But then again, I'm an altaholic, so, you know, maybe that's not a problem for people that play one character. Alright. Yes, indeed, he is a tailor, and he's high enough to make good stuff for him. So, let's head into the crafting hall. I did buy those on him, didn't I? Yeah, I've got his set up. I'll probably, before that sale goes off, I'll probably go through all of my characters and buy at least 2 extra milestones for each one of them. I know it's absolutely not necessary, but I'm lazy and I like being able to port back to multiple places. Just is what it is. Crafting hall right here. Grab this out of the shared storage. And move this around so I'll know exactly where it puts the equipment, so there's no holes up there. Alright. Let's just open it all. Level 7, that'll be perfect for him. Oh, I have 1 fiber. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I don't have a bolt to roof cloth. That's right, you have to buy those.
How may I help you?
Well, you see, ma'am, I need a bolt of rough cloth. If you could have any of those in stock, that would be great. There it is. We'll buy a few of them. Few as in way more than what few stands for, which is 3. So we did exactly what we said we were going to do. Let's go over here. Now, let's make one. Woohoo, critted. Alright, and he needs a robe. Is he level? He wasn't level 10, but he's close to it. He'll get there. That's fine. We'll make it anyway. Come on, crit. Try it again. And again. And again. Come on, you can do it. Oh my god, come on, crit. Crit. Oh, you suck. I don't have any more bolts. Back to the bolts.
What do you need?
You know those bolts of rough cloth that you sold me just a moment ago, and I thought I had way too many of them? I need like a crap load of them. Alt by quantity. Not 500, but maybe 50 of them. Thank you. Oh, would you like to buy some of these? I got a lot of them. Here we are. Yeah, stop. Alright. Let's just, let's hit this button here. Oh, stop, we got a crit. Oh god, we got 2 crits. Alright. We'll put this down here. Now, he's going to need some gloves. Are these all going to be level 10? No, good, it's level 7. Make. Got it. Hat. Oh my god, my crits have died off. Oh, you know what? I'm running out of leather. I need to stop trying to crit them. Leggings. Did we create a robe bar? Oh, that was a heavy cloth robe. Oh. This one's probably... Yeah, he can actually put this one on right now. Alright. And shoes. And shoulder stuff. Hey, I credited that one. Good. And that should just about do it. That'll help him quite a bit. Alright, throw this back in. Throw these items in. And he's a scholar. We'll throw that in for him. He's a scholar, weapon master. He's never going to do weapon mastery. Alright, that should be good. Excuse me. Alright. Now let's switch back over. Megdaclith. Not to be confused with Megadeth. Oh, I thought I clicked it, I didn't. Alright, we'll just do withdrawals on the rest of them so I can get it out whenever it decides. Sometimes you get lagged is what I'm getting at. So if you try to drag across, it can be somewhat annoying at times. So, whoops, sorry. So we will put on our gear now. And that one we'll just hold until we get high enough. Alright. That should just about do it. Expert Scholar. Oh, I can't learn that yet. What are these items? That's junk. I could throw away. That was a quest, wasn't it? Oh well. I don't care. We'll get rid of those two. This is crafting. They should have gone into my crafting carry-all. Let's see if I can gather these. Yeah, I'm going to do auto on that. In fact, let me go ahead and set this to auto as well. That's a task carry-all, by the way. And what was this? Alright, don't need that. Alright. Note, our guy does not look like this because we've got a cosmetic outfit set up. But he is much more powerful now, so that's good. Let's go in here and see if we can do anything for the historian. Maybe we can make him some potions or something before we head back out to do a quest. Early third something. Here's what we need to do. Alright. Battle lore is going to be physical mastery rating and tactical mastery rating. Warding lore is going to be mitigation side of that. Okay. So we still need age scraps of text. We don't have that. Okay. It's all good. See if we can gather this. Probably not. Oh, we can. Alright. I wonder why that didn't auto gather. It's kind of odd. Alright, let's head back out. And in fact, we'll take the short route. Arquette. See if we can live through the spider cave now that we got some equipment. I'll go ahead and set these up here. And very quickly, I haven't spent any points. Well, I have spent one. But, let's see. That was an earned skill. This one here, tactical critical chance. Critical defense. Fate. Let me look at something real quick. I can't remember. So sorry. Fate. Increases your critical rating and combat morale, regen, power regen, tactical mitigations, and resistance rating. His thing is will. Is very important. That's what I thought. Okay. Increases shocking touch days by 4%. You know, we're just going to go ahead and take the last one of that. Let's check to see if we have anything over here. Didn't figure we did, but we do have stuff here. We still haven't gained enough to actually use it, so we won't worry about that. And let's go kill stuff. Did I get rid of a quest? I think I did. Holy crap. Finding a reason to retry. Alright, well, we won't worry about that then. Green prologue, something other. I wonder if I just have to go back out here. We're gonna try it because you know I got rid of that thing. I think I screwed up. We're gonna go out here and try. See if the body is still sparkling, you know, for us to start that quest again. I probably jacked that up by getting rid of the item, but you know, you live and learn. Yeah, it's not sparkling anymore. That's fantastic. Not going down nearly as fast as I was before. That didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it would. Alright, well since I screwed up the quest line, we will go on to Comb and continue on there. Kind of sucks because I'm a completionist, so I hate that I'll never have those quests completed, but it's okay. We'll get through it. Why do I keep using that ability? It's not what I want to do. Alright. Max it out and then use it. Boom! Not nearly what I wanted to see. Doing a little level grinding right now. Yeah, it doesn't do nearly as much damage as I wish it would. That one, that's my real finisher. That's nice. I'm sure that there's probably some thing that I can do to increase that other one in the traits that we just haven't gotten to yet. It's got to be the case. Oh, move, move, move. That is due to land difficulty right there. You would normally not see that at this level. But because my land difficulty is at 3 fearless, it sometimes we get some things like Sauron's Eye or stuff that will blow up the ground, and you have to watch for that. Move! Weird, I think I'm lagging on that too, because I don't think it was supposed to just stand there. Like, I'm not sure, but that didn't seem right. Oh, I forgot, I have a Spider Slayer deed. We'll just go ahead and keep killing spiders for right now. Okay, that one, see, it's green. I think it's healing him. Not super knowledgeable of the ground stuff. There's level 9. In fact, let's just go into the thing over here. I believe there was a retry timer on that guy over there with that quest. We're gonna go back and check that. It's probably how I can get this quest back. Runekeeper gets to be so fun over time. It gets more and more powerful. Alright, we finished a deed here. That was for killing the spiders. Got us a title. New deed bestowed. This is going to be for killing the advanced version, which is 60 of them, which will give us 2,000 virtue, which we definitely want. Alright, let's go check this guy over here, see if he'll give us the quest now. Alright.
Might I take a moment
Yep,
of your time?
that's what it was. Alright. Talk to Atlee.
Greetings.
And Atlee is sending us over there to check on Bailey, I think it is. Oh, we did level. Let's get another point here. What was this one? That was Fate. Let's go ahead and take a Fate. And this thing we're building towards is grants bonus lightning damage, 20% fury of storm damage. Awesome. Honestly, every class available in this game is awesome in their own way. It's hard to play one and say, oh, that's the most coolest thing ever. Because then as soon as you play a different class in the game, you're like, that's the most coolest thing ever. But I do really enjoy this class. There. Put that one on hold while I kill this one. In fact, I kind of want to put that in a different spot. No, we'll keep it at control 1 because that's... I got muscle memory on control 1 for stunnings. I do that on my other characters. So I don't want to move it around to a different one. It'll end up causing me to screw up on the other characters. I did not want to do that. Oh well. come on, get closer before my attunement goes down. Oh, cool. So it did just... Okay, I see what happened with that other one. My finisher has a chance to stun them. Oh, it's not up. Come on, do it. Oh, crap. Alright, never mind. Cooldown wasn't up. Alright, let's get the note from Bailey and go inside and see if we can kill any of these. We'll do a quick screenshot here. Put over on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, please follow me. It's at Rune the Gnome. I put notices that I'm going live up there, as well as screenshots all the time while I am streaming. Let's see. I'm gonna reply to my other message. Boom. And tweet. Perfect. Alright, back to the game. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone there. Alright. By the way, if you're watching a rebroadcast over on YouTube, I do everything actually here on Twitch. I just push over to YouTube and Rumble, but I do everything real time on Twitch. So come join me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Farone. Hey, how you doing, RPG Professor? Oh, let's get this one taken care of. And then back to this one. So he can sit there and drool on himself for a while I kill this mob. That one's going to come up and be a problem now. Yeah. The crafted gear is making a huge difference in my survivability here. I can't see either one of them. There we are. The mage. So we're talking about Runekeeper here, I guess, what you're saying. I think the Runekeeper is actually pretty stout. You just need to make sure to get you some crafted gear. The stuff that you start out with and the things you get from the quest really... Well, let me restate that. If you're not using land difficulty, if you're doing normal, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're doing land difficulty 3 or higher, you really should get you some crafted gear. It helps a lot. I'm doing land difficulty 3 fearless, so the mobs are quite a bit more powerful. And last time I was in here on this character, I actually got my butt handed to me, so that's why I went and got some. I crafted some gear on one of my other guys. Yeah, they just hit hard. I mean, you can make it brutally difficult. You can take a land difficulty that's much higher than 3. I do 3 just because I want a little bit of a challenge. I don't want the mobs to just fall over, you know, when I hit them. Oh, and one of the things you can do, if you want, which I do on my Guardian every so often whenever I'm doing something that's a little more difficult, is when you go and do the skirmish stuff, eventually, well, not eventually, you get a what they call a soldier. That's a person that follows you around. He does that inside the skirmishes. So what I do is I get the herbalist, which is a healer, and then in the Lotro store you can purchase. You look for them when they're cheap. Don't buy them when they're not on sale. You can get an item that will give you an hour of time that you can have them out with you when you're in the open world area. So when you get to a difficult spot where you're trying to run a quest and you're fighting mobs that are above your level and you're using a level difficulty 3 or higher and you're dying, you can go ahead and pop out that soldier that'll help heal you while you're fighting it. And then when they're done, just, you know, when you're done with that content, put them back. So you save that time. You only go through that hour while it's out. So, you know, it's a nice way to have, like other games call it a mercenary. I don't think there was another cocoon down here, but we'll check. There. You can drool on yourself for a while I work on this guy here. Uh-oh, lagging. There we go. There we are. Yeah, I don't think there was any more cocoons to get for the quest down here, so we'll go back the other way. Yeah, if you're starting Lotro for the first time or coming back to Lotro after a long time away and you want to play with other people at a low level, on the Gladden server we have a kinship called Lorebound Walkers. It's what this character's in here. I'm the leader of it. And we are doing a level locked system, so everybody that gets to level 25, they buy an item in the store. It's fairly cheap, and you just put that in your pocket slot and it locks your level so you can't get any more experience. So we're going to play at level 25 for a while. About another month or so we're going to move that up to 35, so everybody will go up to 35 and then level lock again. Uh-oh, we're lagged out. There it goes, he died. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. I can't remember if there was a cocoon in here or not. No. Last two should be in this direction. Oh, we got a guy behind us. There's one. And there's our last one right up there. Got a lot of them here. Let's stun one. Well, that is not what I thought that was. Oh, crap. Alright. I don't have any more heal potions either. Oh well. We're good. What was this? I don't really need agility, honestly, but I'm just using it because I got it free from a quest and just using it up. Cobwebs in my eyes there. That's what those sheets were. I was seeing up there and I threw it away earlier. I'm the only one on right now. It's early in the morning. How many more of these I need? Ooh, we're very close to finishing that deed, so we're going to go ahead and do that before we go back. Really like this class because they can be a high DPS class as well as a high healing class. I mean, you can go either way. Pretty awesome class, honestly. Need 3 more after this one. I like to use my finisher on them to dump my attunement before I use a heal, because the heal will bring the attunement back to the right. That's this thing right here. So basically, oh, it's blocked sort of. Let me move that just a tiny bit so y'all can see that. There we are. So as you use damage dealing, your attunement goes to the left, And as you use healing, your attunement goes to the right, and that will increase the like your damages and stuff, or your heals and so forth. So that's why I like to go ahead and empty out my attunement on damage with my finisher before healing, because it'll take it down a notch. So you see it is at maximum right now. I use my finisher and that set it back. And of course I leveled it at the exact same time. Let's see here. New skirmish available, yep. Deed completed. It's not showing me my deed completed. That sucks. But I know what it gave me. It gave me, ouch, virtue. So let's go over to the virtue. Now that's gotten up, so it's level 2 on this charity. So I can right click it, and now I've got it slotted. I want to go ahead and get a second one going as well. I really like this one, honestly. And we got a point to spend. Or do I want do? I like that one. New mail. Yep, they want to talk to me. It's the class quest. Alright, let's roll into town and turn this quest in.
Well met. Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
This Spider Queen, Adornath by name, and her ways are known to me. She will have hidden herself in Sprigley's house and blocked all the entrances, save one. If you search the tunnels below the house, I would wager you will find a hidden passage leading to Adornath's lair. The vile thing must be slain, or our cat will be overrun by her brood. Would that I were hell and could heft an axe, but that time has passed. Now, the mantle of Spiderbane must pass to you. If you'll have it, I wish you well in facing her. We will go and destroy her. Because that's what we do. The statement makes me think of this YouTuber we watch. It's a tow truck driver, and he's always saying, "It's what I do. It's what I do." That's how he talks. It's what I do. Everybody tows. All right. We lagged. I was trying to figure out what was going on there. Ooh, man. It's one of the things the game does have is a lot of lag. It is server lag. Don't get too worried when you play the game and it's lagging and you think there's something wrong with your computer. It's honestly not. Servers have a lot of lag, and they've been working on it for years. I believe they've made some strides to make it better, to fix it, not make the lag better lag. But to get rid of it. But there's still a long ways to go. You have to understand the code is extremely old. It's going on 16 years now, and teams doing what they can to try to make it work. Let's see. Yeah, we need to go up here to our left. So yeah, don't be alarmed if you play the game for the first time and you start getting these massive lags where your guy just stands there and does nothing. It's normal. I hate to say it's normal, but it's reality. It's normal. Everybody's getting that. Doesn't make it fun, but it is normal. Supposedly they found some things they think is related to it that they're working on here recently, so hopefully that will lead to it going away eventually. But trust me, if the game wasn't so good, if the story and the side stories and all that wasn't so fantastic, I wouldn't put up with it. So that's got to be an testament, and a lot of people included, not just me. So it's got to be a testament to how good the game really is that people put up with the lag spikes that we run into. Because most games, if you were getting that kind of stuff, you'd be like, screw this, I'm out of here. I keep doing that one button over and over that I don't need to do because it takes up too much time. But I do it anyway. I like that he has a little bit of crowd control ability. It's not overdone, so I don't have to worry about it being my major focus. But I like the fact that I can at least put one mob basically to sleep while I work on the first one. Alright, our big spider should be in here. See what our alert is. Deed bestowed. Strike with shocking touch. Okay. It's one of our abilities. There's a timer on this. Is it not ready? There it goes. Got it. Alright. New deed versatility. What is that one? Use mending verse, sustaining bolt, or smoldering wrath. Alright, cool. You get some low trip points out of doing that. Alright, go back to town and turn that in. And we'll be on our way. I believe that's it for Arcat. The starting town of the humans and hobbitses. This is where they start you in the tutorial, I should say, for them. And then after that, the hobbits go back to the Shire. There's a new starting area as of the last expansion last year, expansion before the Shadow, and you have, when you create your character, you can choose up there your starting area or your tutorial, they call it, or whatever. Before the Shadow is what's called, and I am a major fan of Before the Shadow area. It'll take you from level 1 to 30, just about, somewhere in there, depending on how you play it. Fantastic area, fantastic story. The overarching epic story there about Meneldir is absolutely wonderful. So if you played this in the past and you're kind of tired of doing Arquette or the Shire or whatever over and over, there is a new area that you can go play in. That's going to do it for this area.
What's your need?
I didn't know he gave you that. That's nice. It's 4 tokens of salutation. You know what? could use those. Alright, let's move on. We're headed to Combe. I don't have the ability to go there right now, do I? Yeah, it's still got a timer going on it. We've been going for 2 hours now, 2 hours and 16 minutes to be precise. Still got another couple hours, just under that, for our lunch with some friends. So we'll keep going for maybe another hour here. See how far we can get our Rune Keeper. Again, if you're watching a rebroadcast over on YouTube or Rumble, come over to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Rome. You'll find it right down there. That's where I do all my content, and I just push out pieces of it to the other media areas. Oh, I hit 10. That reminds me. I can put on my robe, can't I? Oh, yeah. That's a big upgrade. There we are.
Stay a moment.
Now that the people of Arquette have stood up against the Blackwold brigands, and we've got them on the run here, the tides are turning. Things are returning to normal, and I say it's time I did my part. I used to send honey down to Stadel and trade for pipeweed, a business I'm ready to pick up again. My old trading partner, a hobbit by the name of Lolo, Windingway, used to peddle wares on the road between here and Stadel, to the south. When the Blackwolds came, I'll wager he holed up down there. If you happen to be in Stadel and see Lolo, please let him know I would like to renew our partnership. We'll accept that quest.
Could I speak with you a moment?
I'm sorry, my mind is miles away. I didn't see you there. Did you help fight off the brigands? My dad did. He... Gel chokes back a sob. During the Blackwolds' raid on Arquette, someone broke into our house and stole many of our things. I don't care about most of them, but they took my dad's favorite fishing pole. I don't care if I get anything else back, but he wouldn't have wanted some filthy brigand to have it. Now that I've moved here to Combe, I've been meaning to ask Constable Rune if she could track down that fishing pole for me. Did you ask her if she has any idea where it might have been taken? She'll be at the guard house on the hill east of Combe. Yes, we'll take that. Right here.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
Pardon me, do you think I could take up some of your time? I haven't had any word of me son, Koval, since his brigand nonsense began, and I'm mighty scared that he got caught up in some trouble. We lived in Arquette till recently, but we had an argument, and I'm sure you know how boys are, and Koval left all in a huff. He said he would make his own way down in Combe, and that's the last I heard of him. Now that I've come to Combe, I hear he's gone east. If you don't mind, could you talk to Constable Rune for me? She watches the road east out of Combe, and maybe she's seen Koval pass. Can't remember if there's... I don't know if this is... I don't see the thing up there. We're going to go in, but I don't think I'm at the quest point that has me come here yet. Oh, I am a liar. It's right there. It wasn't showing up on the map, though.
Hello there.
Oh my, look here, a real-life hero. It's not often we get such respectable folk through here. How my tongue runs on. Torridon told me to send you upstairs to his room as soon as you arrived. The stairs are across the room there, and Torridon's is the door at the end of the hall. He said you shouldn't delay none. Then we shall not delay none. We shall delay absolutely none.
How can I be of service?
The hero of Arquette, I suppose. I am pleased to finally meet you. I am sorry for the cryptic summons, but I dared not betray my whereabouts to just anyone. There is much we need to discuss. Will you hear me?
Might I take a moment of your time?
Thank you for your aid, Megdaclith. I can't even say my own name. My kindred and I were driven from the bounds of the Shire by the Nazgul of Mordor. They pursued us eastward and slew many of us. It was my goal to join Amdir, but I have heard rumor of his fate in Arquette. They say he was stabbed with a morgul knife and led off by some evil men, the ones who lent the Blackwolds aid. There are few left now with power over such wounds, and those that I know of dwell some distance from here. We must find Amdir, and quickly, if we are to save him. He is likely being held by the Blackwolds somewhere in the Chetwood. We must find a way to enter their lair and free him, but first we must find them. Speak with Constable Underhill, he may be of help. You can usually find him outside near the Combe and Wattle. Once you have learned of the Blackwolds' lair and believe you can gain entry, return to me. Hurry, before it is too late. Alright, so that is the epic quest. Constable Underhill should be right up here. There he is. Thoradin sent you, did he? It's good to have the hero of Arquette on our side. The hobbit lowers his voice. There's still a Blackwold agent in town. We think he's trying to rebuild the band from among the local ruffians and bullies. We need proof, though. A letter of parchment would do if it came from the agent himself. Many of the brigands hole up in the Chetwood. Follow the road east until you come to the guardhouse where Constable Rune is stationed. From there, head north and look for the brigands' watchfires scattered through the wood. Search their packs for signs of their summons. Let me know right away if you find anything. We need to know what they're up to. Alright.
Stay a moment.
After the initial raids, when folk began fleeing for villages like Arquette and Stadel, the Blackwolds found they could no longer rely upon raids to support themselves. They seized old Bauman's farm and began tilling the soil, though badly and without care for the land. The brigands at the farm must be under the supervision of some Blackwold leader, else they would fall to laziness. If you confront the Blackwold's leader at the farm, you might be able to recover some of the valuables they have stolen. Old Bauman's farm is deep in the Chetwood at the end of the eastward path. I would appreciate it if you could at least try. There are many folk who would benefit from the recovery of this treasure.
Would you do something for me?
The Blackwold brigands are on the run, no question about it. They're trying to regroup at camps throughout the Chetwood, but they suffered a real defeat at Arquette. The brigands fled their old encampment up by Arquette, carrying a large lockbox, which they brought to one of their smaller camps in the Chetwood, northeast of Combe. If we can get our hands on that lockbox, its contents could be used to help those who lost property to the Blackwolds. Excuse me. There are a number of watchfires along the road, so you'll need to find the right one. These villains have a great many debts to repay, Megdaclith. If you can return with the lockbox, the folk around here will be better for it. I will do my best. I thought he had a quest. He does not. But he does.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Me old dad was a robber some years back and got his hands on a good deal of riches, as I hear it. Constable caught him, but afore he was hanged, me dad told me where he buried his loot. I never needed it afore now, so I was content to let it stay buried. But I figure it's time to get my hands on wealth enough to keep you warm and shod, as my dear old dad called it. Can you take this pickaxe and dig the treasure up? Just take the road east from Combe to Constable Wren's post up by the guardhouse, climb over the hill on the right and walk down to the riverbank where the hanging tree grows. It'll have an X carved into it. You'll be helping me make a new start of things, and you'll have me everlasting thanks. I look at quests like that and I'm like, why isn't he going to go out there and dig it up? Why is he sending me? Seems kind of odd. But anyway, who are we to complain? We have quests to do and we can make experience. And coin. There's Constable Rune up here. Let's go talk to her.
What do you need?
I have heard that many of the Blackwold brigands, after looting Arquette, fled into the Chetwood. It seems that the Blackwood leaders are angry. They feel that the raid might have been more successful if their followers had been less focused on filling their pockets and more on acting together. The main encampment is east down the road and then deep into the northern woods. I suspect that many of the Blackwoods can be found within that camp. Mayhaps if you search in that area, you might find Gel's lost fishing pole.
Greetings.
Looking for Carvelwood, right, are ye? I've heard something about the boy, but I can't say his mother is going to like it. He's joined up with the Blackwoods. He hadn't been in Combe for long when they took him either. He tried finding work around town, but he didn't have the stamina for hard labor. If you can talk to him, you might convince him to give up his new line of work, but I doubt it. I wager you'll find him east of Combe in the Chetwood. Just follow the path from the lumber camp north and east. You're sure to come across a Blackwood camp or two up there. Alright. Now, over this hill is going to be the hanging tree that we're going to look for the X on so that we can dig up the treasure for the robber's son. So he can start a new life. A life where he counts on others to go get stuff for him rather than getting it himself, which probably is going to lead to him not having a fantastic life, but we're going to encourage that by getting stuff for him. Yeah. Oh, we have a fight on our hands. There we are. Now we can dig up the tree. You find nothing of note near this stump. Oh my, there's another stump. Let's go try it. It's kind of bad. The trees have all been cut down. We don't really know which one was the hanging tree. Nope, nothing near this one. Let's go try this one over here. You find nothing to note here. And I believe now they want us to go back and talk to him. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount up, go talk to him, then go back out to the Blackwood area, because I believe it's going to be a follow-up. It's not very thematic, honestly, having him on an elk here starting out in Arquette. I may change him to a horse after I talk to this gentleman.
I'm sorry.
What?
Did you need
They
something?
chopped down the hanging tree and you dug at all the trees with an X? This is terrible. How will I ever find me dad's buried treasure now?
I'm sure it
Maybe
would do
the
no
woodcutters at the lumber camp up east of here would remember which tree was the hanging tree. Megdaclith, you've got to have a word with Mason Thorne, the main man in charge there. He just has to remember which of the stumps used to be the hanging tree. He just has to. The lumber camp is along the road north of the big house. Please, I need that money to make a new start for myself. You need to go get it yourself. Hold on. Let's find a more fitting mount. Just a simple horse, like this one here. Until he becomes more of a hero. Yeah, that works. Alright. That's more fitting. In fact, let's go in here and make this not visible. There we are. For now, we're going to make it to where he doesn't have this cool cloak. It's just there. See, he's starting out. He's starting out. As he gets higher level, we'll make him more elaborate.
Greetings.
The hanging tree? Oh, I remember seeing a few hangings in my day. do believe I wrote the site of the hanging tree down in my ledger. I write down all the things I want to remember so I can just look it up in... Well, bless me, I think I dropped my ledger in the woods not far from here. Yes, I remember. We were surprised by some of those Blackwoods, and I dropped my ledger on the road. I'd wager a captain of those brigands picked it up. There are quite a few campfires to the north and east along the forested road. You might find my ledger on one of them Blackwoods. Bring it back here, and I'll look up that thing you wanted to know about. A tree, was it? Actually, I can't take that. I think he needs... Does that help? The cloak, I think, is the thing that just did. Without the cloak, that robe looks bad. There we are. I'm sorry, I gotta use the cloak. Alright.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
My Uncle Filbert and I were having tea and discussing the state of things in Breland, but about how the folk in Arquette showed the Blackwood brigands a thing or two, when Uncle Filbert stood up and said, "Someone ought to do something about these villains. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind." And then he left without even finishing his tea. Up the road in the woods east of this camp, past the brigands' watchfires, there are some ruins where the Blackwoods are holed up. Uncle Filbert has probably gone there to have a word with them, though I don't think he will make the full journey. He's not as young as he once was. If he has, he's likely got himself into trouble. I dare go no further to search for him, but could you go look for him and make sure he's all right? I will. I will take care of your uncle. Don't worry.
What do you need?
Arquette's woes did not escape us here in Combe, and it's good what Error is doing, no doubt in that. But the evil of the Blackwood has spread and now rests in the same wood where we need to collect the wood of for Arquette. I will see that we do what we can, but as you can see, we've troubles of our own.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Combe has always relied on this lumber camp for her livelihood, and now the people of Arquette will be relying on us to supply the wood to rebuild their town, I expect. There's no shortage of work, that much is certain. We'll need to start taking down some of the trees to the northeast along the cliffs, but there's a wolf den up that way that endangers our workers. Could you deal with those wolves for me? It's not safe to chop down trees near there, and I'm afraid we might lose some of our best loggers. Follow the cliff wall, you'll see the wolves, or they'll see you. I imagine they'll see me. Old Bauman. Let's give him a chat.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
Have you heard the Arquette gave them Blackwood villains what for? Kicked 'em right out, they did, and good on 'em. If little old Arquette can manage it, I say Combe can do one better and sweep them Blackwoods out o' the Chetwood for good. Now, I lost my Sally's chain when them brigands took over my farm. She's been gone for many a year, but that chain always did bring me comfort. One of them Blackwoods probably picked it up, and I want it back. Farm's far to the east. Just follow the road past all them brigand campfires. What's that? No, it's a chain, not a necklace. What an odd question. Alright. So, we're going to move on now. Let's see what we got. We got all kinds of quests going on now. All kinds. Let's go ahead and use up some of this food that we have, by the way. Alright, we're good. Let's rock and roll. There's a deer racing us. We'll do it with the spiders in just a moment. I want to go here and talk to this hobbit. Philbert.
Hello.
Finally, someone respectable. I was beginning to think no one out here in the woods had any manners. I simply couldn't stand by any longer while the Blackwoods have their way in the Chetwood. I marched right in and told them just what I think of their sort. They laughed me right out of their camp. "Go back to Hobbiton, little boy," they said to me. "I've never been spoke to like this, never. I wanted to leave. Something in that big ruin is just a bit off, I say. One ruffian, Cole Sickleaf, he used to be a nice boy, took my handkerchief. Could you bring it back to me? He ran off to the ruins all the way to the east, between the frightening ruins, to the north and the Skunk Woods farm. I will do that. Absolutely. Right after I get done killing some of these wolves and spiders. Wolves and spiders and bears, come on! I wonder, have I gotten any... Yeah, I have got tokens of heroes on. That's cool. Remember, I had 11. I used 10 of them on the weekly quest. And, oh, that's the thing I was talking about. I was not watching for it. I got nuked from outer space. Sauron's Eye, or whatever the hell it was. I didn't see the square on the ground. Lucky that didn't one-shot me. Anyway, but now I am already back up to 5 of 60. Come on, get out of there, get out of there. Tokens of heroism. Because I've been killing mobs that were my level or higher, and just getting lucky that they were dropping, basically, is what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm going to move on because I'm just rambling. Ooh, didn't even see that. See that out here with the foliage, I'm not seeing the square on the ground to know that I'm about to get nuked or something. It's kind of problematic. And I'm pretty sure the green is them healing themselves, which is kind of a problem. Sometimes you don't see much from the land difficulty. Like, you go through a bunch of mobs and don't really see anything happening. And other times, like, every mob you hit will have some sort of nuke from outer space or something that you have to watch for. It's pretty random. I wonder, do I have any cosmetic pets? I do. Let's have the turtle follow me around. There's my turtle. Alright, Donnie the turtle. Come with me. At some point I need to go over and do the class quest. I forgot I got the summons for that in the mail. Alright, we will put her on ice. Well, I gotta be a lot closer, don't I? And work on him. There we are. Alright, let's check their packs. Discovered a letter, so that's good. I believe the captain or whatever we need is over at this camp. Oh, that's not up yet. My bad. This could get bad. It is now. Let's stun him. Yeah. Alright. Black-old lockbox. We need that for a quest. Let's see what our alert is. Duty bestowed. Defeat brigands in Breland. Alright, definitely want to do that. There's something else we're supposed to get here, isn't there? Alright, let's go on anyway. We'll go to the farm, I think is over this way. Yep, farm's up here. Got it. Alright, now what else do we got? Something over this way. Oh yeah, the handkerchief, I believe, is over this way. Got her. Should have gone for the other guy that was ranged and stunned this guy instead, but you know, live and learn. Oof, they are bleeding me bad. Wish I had a way to get rid of that bleed right now. There it goes. Okay. Put him on ice. work with his friend here. Got him. Alright, was there something up here I needed? No, but we do need this shattered pitcher wherever it's at. Let me make my guy go towards it. Okay, it's down here. Oh, we got a dude here. And there's the shattered pitcher. That is a scholar thing. Alright. Let me go ahead and open this supply crate. And we need to head over to the right. There goes a whole group of people. Got me with a bleed again. Let's see what our alert is. Deed bestowed. Ah, we found an area. Oh, they're both ranged. This is going to go very badly. Oh, she got me. She's going to hit me as soon as I come up. Hopefully I can get a stun on her. Oh, she's ranged. Darn it. Got it. And dinged level 11. So... I want my critical chance to go up. Oh, look what we got going on here. Writ of Lightning also increases enemy inductions and attack duration. Writ of Lightning increases enemy inductions by 8% and attack duration by 5% per tier. Alright, so the item we need is going to be around the corner over here. He's ranged. Got him. Alright. I was thinking the box was here, but apparently... Oh, okay, yeah. It's over on the other side of this wall. Oh, my butt hurts. Been sitting here too long. Oh, man. Alright, so we completed that deed, we got a title for it, and we got the new one, which is the advanced. It's going to be 60. Yeah. And we got some Lotro points. See what I'm talking about? You play the game, you earn points, you spend the points in the game. It's a pretty nice system. Oh, that's not good. All right. Like scorch mark on the ground with my lightning. That's hilarious. I just noticed that. Oh, I remember he's out there. That's where I'm headed. Okay. Dirty dir. Alright, here's Cobble.
Why are you bothering me?
What's that? Me mother sent you to find me? I don't care. I've never been good at anything in my life, but now I've found something I can do, and do it right good. You're going to regret coming into Blackwood territory. Really? Really? You want to take... Okay, boy. Okay, bring it on. You may have won this round, but I will never abandon the Blackwood. Now tell my mom to leave me be. Okay. Why did I do that button? I'll never know. I still not got what I was needing here. He's just standing there. It's that same camp I went to earlier. I guess I just keep killing until I get whatever drop it was I was supposed to get. I lived. I lived. It's a miracle. That is not doing that spot. It's that one. The Logger's Ledger. The Logger's Ledger. There it is. Bring the ledger to me. So basically it's showing it out here, but we don't need to be out here. We've already done it. We just need to take it back. So basically we need to head over to the Wolf Den, take care of that spot. Then we can go back and turn in some quests. Over this way. This one is not going down. I may get me some red dyes or something to dye this character. Differentiate him from the lore master I have that wears the all blue set of this. Alright. Here's Filbert.
Just a moment.
You at least have some decency. I thank you very much for returning my handkerchief and bid you a good day, as civilized folk are wont to do. I'm going to stay here and keep an eye on these impolite troublemakers. Maybe it's the Turkish blood I get from my mother's side of the family, but it'll take more than insults to send me back to town unsatisfied. Perhaps my presence here will remind these ruffians what it means to live in Breland. If you can tell my nephew, Posco, that I'm fine, I'd appreciate it. Good day. Alright, we still need to get these wolves taken care of. Holy moly, I hit the wall of invisibility there. We got a mob chasing us somewhere. Oh, buddy. Whew. Eight of 8, that's what I was wanting. Alright, let's go turn in some of this stuff.
It's a sorry day.
You found my Sally's chain and showed those Blackwold villains a thing or two. I don't doubt it. A lifetime of thanks, Megdaclith. Sally was a good hound. We'd go hunting in the fall, and she could sniff out a coney from what seemed near a mile. It's good to have her chain back. It's all I've got left of her now. Take these coins for your trouble, Megdaclith, with my thanks. Let's see what we got here. That's vitality, and that's might. We'll take the vitality. Alright, next person.
How can I be of service?
You took care of those wolves. That will make harvesting the trees by that den much safer. Rebuilding the burned buildings in Arcat will require more wood than we have, and that's only one village. I don't think the Blackwoads have the numbers to try anything funny around Combe, but they're still statal. Too many raids, and we'll need to cut down the whole Chetwood to make the repairs. Alright, let's see what we got. Pants. Finished now.
A lovely day.
It's good to hear that Uncle Filbert is all right. He always says that I'll develop good hobbit sense when I get older, but if he's any example, I'm not sure I will. Thank you for looking in on him, Megdaclith. I need this healing. Thank you. Here.
What do you need?
Ah, you found my ledger. Now I can find that, thing you wanted.
Why to take a moment to
Let me just, I find the right page. Here we go. I see you. So you stand in the field of stumps and take this many paces and then that many strides. Of course, I remember. The hanging tree was the southeasternmost tree in that bunch. It was standing there closest to the Statal Falls. Now just go back to that stump field and you'll find that thing you wanted. What was it you wanted again? You were digging for something right here. Take this pickaxe. It'll make it easier to dig. Least I could do. You finding my ledger and all? So let's go over and get that. Have to probably take out some bears here. Where's the stump we're looking for? Alright, we have the treasure. Got a lot of quests to turn in town. And we are over 3 hours into this stream, so after we turn in all these quests, we're going to call it. Again, remember, if you are watching a rebroadcast over on YouTube or Rumble, come over to Twitch. That's where I do everything, twitch.tv/Ferone. If you're not already following me on Twitter, what are you doing? Follow me on Twitter. It's at Ferone the Gnome. Again, it's right over there. Let's see here. Constable Rune.
What do you need?
You fought with Cavil Woodright, but he escaped. Well, his sort will not be able to flee forever. I feel the time of the Blackwold brigands is coming to an end. It seems I was right, and he will never give up his lawlessness. His mother will not be pleased to hear it.
I'm sorry, did you need something?
Well, what are these? These boots were buried beneath the hanging tree. Me dad was a villain to the end. Wealth enough to keep you warm and shod. Shod indeed. Wait, there's something rattling around inside the heel of this one. Taking a knife from his pocket, Ted slices into the heel, and gold pieces tumble out into his waiting palm. Well, I'll be. My dear old dad told me true. Wealth enough to keep you warm and shod indeed. You have my thanks, Megdaclith. With this money, I'll be able to get a new shirt, a new start, maybe a new shirt as well, a new start. I'll do better than my dear old dad. You won't. You wait and see. Hopefully, he won't be a robber like his dad was. All right. Whoops! Almost passed you up.
What can I do?
What is this, Rurik? There's a Rurik Fennel living here in Combe. He's a locksmith. But why would he be aiding the Blackwolds, Megdaclith? Rurik's house is southwest of here, just behind the comb and wattle. You had best have a talk with Rurik. I will be very interested to know why he's been locking boxes for the Blackwolds. Very interested indeed.
Would you do something
Rurik is
for
a
me?
locksmith here in Combe. You should show him that receipt and ask him why the brigands appear to be common patrons of his. It seems odd that Rurik would be involved. He's a quiet man who keeps to himself mostly. Still, we need to investigate every lead carefully. You should find him outside his home on the road that runs south past the Combe and Wattle Inn. Have we got another quest? We do.
What can I do for
Ah,
you?
you have returned with the brigand's lockbox. Now, let me see what's inside, and we can sell the valuables to support the survivors of the Blackwold and raids throughout the area. Locked? I should have guessed as much. Well, until we can find the key, we won't have any luck with this. There seems to be some initials carved in the lock. RF. Most unusual. He just literally just talked about RF, and now he's like, I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's odd.
Might have take a moment of your time.
I was talking to one of the other constables shortly before you returned, and it seems that he learned that some of the Blackwolds were keeping even more valuables in their main camp in the ruins of northern Chetwold. With any luck, you might find a strongbox that's not locked. It's worth trying anyway. There are so many people who need money to rebuild, and who better to take it from the ones that stole it in the first place? Alright, we got a cloak. I don't think it's going to be better than what I got on. We're going to check. Nope, it's not. Same thing with the pants. Alright, let's open this up and do a gather. Okay, it's just no space for these items. That kind of sucketh. I see. What is this? Trying to look for something that I wouldn't mind getting rid of like that. Yeah. Oh, that's expert tailor. Was this expert tailor? No, it's expert cooking. So I don't care about the cooking, honestly. Copper salts. What is that for? Used by scholars. Nope, don't want to get rid of that. Free flax fiber. Nope, that's not worth getting rid of. we're gonna need some space for some things. Well, that sucks. There's not much that I could get rid of. What is this? Oops, sorry. Metalsmith, I'm keeping that. Keeping that. White rock salt, that's jewelry. Let's move that out. Alright, now let's put in these. I think that was everything. We'll go ahead and put this back in. Alright, we're good. And let's go up here and talk to Constable Underhill.
How do you do?
Hello. What's this? Ellie Cutleaf? Well, I should have guessed. She's smart and disreputable by all accounts, and she's just the sort who might lead us to the Blackwood agent. She won't lead you to this Amdir fellow, I don't think, but it's a start. We must gain access to the leader somehow. He'll have the answers we seek. So we got here fate and might. We'll take fate.
Might I have a word?
Now, here's an idea. Ellie is looking for new blood, so why not help her out? You could mask yourself as a ruffian and offer to join the Blackwoods. Gain her confidence, and we might find out where the Blackwood leaders are hiding. Of course, it would be dangerous. Do you think you're up to the task? Ellie's house is in the northwest corner of town, by the pond. There are some large cages nearby. She breeds dogs, I think. Go speak with her, and remember, you're a brigand. Except, let's find that earring and put it on. Fate. What was this earring? Let's put it on anyway. Okay. Should have a turn in over here. We do.
Woe to me.
What? Cobble has joined those villains in truth. I refuse to believe it. He's a good boy, even if he has a temper. He's a woodwright through and through, and would never do such a thing. He shouldn't say such horrible things, and to an old woman. What am I saying? I knew the boy had landed himself in a spot of trouble. Thank you at least for finding him. Alright, we'll take this here. Finish now. Boom! We just leveled to 12. Deed completed. Don't know what the deed is that we completed because it's not showing me. We got some Lotro points. We have a new deed. Complete quest within Breland. Awesome. We have a turn in over here.
What do you need?
You found it! Oh, thank you, thank you. I've been thinking that the pole should be given to the waters of my dad's favorite fishing hole, the pond near the Hunter's Lodge in Arquette. I think he'd like that. Thank you. Thank you again. Let's see here. Finish that one. And we don't have a turn in for him yet. The next one's out there for continuing on. Let's check something here. We don't need to put that on. Back up to 6 tokens of heroism. So there's that. Let's go into here to the crafting hall, see what we can do with the stuff that we have found. Alright. Over here. Boom, 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 boom. Make all. Alright. And from that, can we make any of this shit? No, we can't. We cannot make any. Oh, because I keep using them up like an idiot. Age scraps of text. Age scraps of text. I'm using them all to make these and then not having any of these because I'm a big moron. Alright, yeah, I think that's going to do it for right now. Let's go ahead and put this back in the shared storage. And, yep, that will be perfect. Alright. That is going to do it for this particular Saturday morning stream of Lotro. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back, and if you're not already following me, I hope you will follow me. If you're over on YouTube or Rumble, come over here to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Ferone right down there. If you're not following me on Twitter already, stop it. Go follow me. It's at Ferone. Again, it's right over there. I generally stream all the time, like daily. I haven't lately because I've been hooked on EverQuest. The addiction came back strong, but I'm going to try to tone that back so I can get back to streaming, doing what I enjoy while still going and raiding EverQuest. My character is a max, so I really don't need to play it nonstop. I was playing some alts and leveling up some boxes, and then last night I was like, what the hell am I doing? I've already got one that's max level. It's stupid. Any rate, long story short, you should start seeing more streams from me again on here. I apologize for being gone for so long. And with that, I'm going to call it for this stream. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I may be back on later tonight. If I don't, I'll see you tomorrow. This is From the Gnome, and I am signing off. Bye-bye!